sounds delicious. First, though, he's the bass player in Britpop group Blur and an award-winning cheesemaker. And now Alex James has teamed up with chef Jamie Oliver to host a family festival on his Oxfordshire farm. Alex is here, as you can see, and this brings all your loves together, really, doesn't it?
All right,
food, music, the family.
Yeah, well, I was just so completely bowled over by people's reactions to the event last summer. You know, seeing the farm full of smiling faces, and I think the idea of doing an event that sort of music, like a music festival with really good food and stuff for kids to do, really works. So we're back bigger and better.
So how did you get involved with Jamie Oliver? Is he a friend?
Well, he did a food and music festival in London. And he was looking for somewhere to do it in the countryside, and so I was all over him. I was like, we've got to do it at my place, you know, because I've got the venue, and food and music and children are the things I sort of think about most, I guess. So I've known him for a while.
Yeah. He's a nice man, isn't he?
Yeah. The more I get to know him, the more I like him. Major force for good. So we've got like Basement Jacks, Rizzle Kicks, Leanne LaHavas, Mark Owen, music-wise, and then there's an amazing chef lineup like all Jamie's gang and Ashley Palmer Watts from Dinner, Britain's top-rated restaurant, and the chefs, like the stage is huge. They draw massive crowds. Close-ups of the onions cooking on the big screen.
Fantastic. And 9 kids between you, so that's quite an achievement, isn't it? Well,
yes.
Not together, obviously, but...
Well, you know, I think if you can keep the kids happy, then, you know, mum and dad are happy. So it's just sort of like a big old village fete,
Oh,
really.
look at your family. That's amazing. And I mean, your love of food, I think, came from your granddad, didn't it, Alex?
My granddad was a chef, yes, and my first job was helping him cook breakfasts in his B&B. And, he taught me really about cheese, I guess, as well. Because when I was a kid, it was difficult to get decent cheese. You know, it's something that's really, you know, it's amazing what's happened.
Now, you're an award-winning cheese maker. You were just telling me in the break you've just brought a whole load back from Rome, haven't you, where you've been touring with Blur. What is it about cheese that sort of fascinates you? Is it just simply you love it as... You know, love the taste of it?
I think some people do just love cheese. I mean, it is really tasty. It's the sort of the ultimate distillation of milk. I don't think it's the tastiest thing in the universe, cheese.
I love you. I think you're great. I love the fact you're in Blur and you're a cheese maker. I mean, it's such a lovely mix, isn't it?
Monks sing in the morning and make cheese in the afternoon. They've been doing that for centuries, so it's not that weird.
Oh, you've been out on tour, haven't you? How's all that going?
That's all great. Well, it's, you know, we're doing Blur are doing maybe a sort of a dozen festivals around the world this year. So it's really good to sort of go and check out what's happening elsewhere. You know, Coachella in America was
I was going to say, you did a Coachella, didn't you? Is that like an American family festival?
No, that's more kind of sort of teenagers, and you know, but you get all the film stars going because it's quite near Hollywood, so that's quite exciting. But it's good to see the way they do it around the world, because if I see I'm missing anything, you know, make sure that we involve it in Feastival.
And tell us a bit about the farm and how you ended up buying the farm I think about 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Well, really, it was when Blur disintegrated. Yeah, I met my wife and we got married like more or less straight away, and bought the farm on our honeymoon. And I remember the day that I got the keys. It was like completely derelict and silent. You know, there were birds living in the house. It was a ruin, really. And I've spent the last 10 years turning it into a cheese paradise, and the idea of it filling it with happy smiling faces and wonderful food and music is the realisation of a dream, really. So I'm so excited.
Wallace and Gromit keeps springing to mind when you talk about cheese paradises. I mean, do you roll up your sleeves and actually make it as well, Alex? Are you hands-on?
Yeah, we've got a small sort of cheese factory on the farm. Like playing with cheese recipes is, you know, because there's only 4 ingredients for cheese: milk, salt, rennet, and cultures, and just like making little adjustments to each of those. There's you know, all the thousands of kinds of cheeses that there are. So it's, you know, I find it very creative, like mucking about with recipes.
I noticed you didn't bring a taste in. Never mind, we'll fix that next time.
Be ready in time for the festival.
Well, excellent, which is at the end of August. So not that you need it, but best of luck with that. And thanks so much, Alex, for coming in. It's a pleasure chatting to you as always. Now.